Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. This is a channeled message. I've been taking notes for the past 18 hours on the channeled message. I'm going to do this as cohesively as possible. All of the things that you see me wearing are also part of the channeled message. Okay. Rainbow warriors, fire warriors, indigo children. We know that it's our time, but I'm talking to the collective that may not be aware of people on this planet who were here to help humanity at this time. It's not a supremacy thing. It's a soul contract, Akashic Records thing. It goes beyond this planet. I'm being told to stop. Shut up. Okay. For this planet, specifically, prophecies, the Dene, which is Navajo Hopi, which is the area I'm in of the country, has a prophecy about one day the fair-skinned people will have to decide if they want to go down the road of destruction or the road of plentiful blessings, greenery, things like that. I've talked about this before, and you can look up Navajo teachings online. There's an elder who records a lot of stuff. That's where I get a lot of my stuff. But in this same conversation where we're talking about this ancient prophecy, there's a couple others I want to bring up. The white buffalo prophecy, I believe, is Lakota prophecy, and that is when the white buffalo return, there's like a divine femme. I saw a native folk from Lakota talking about it. Basically, in the time when destruction took over, in the time of colonial, when the white man came to Turtle Island, which is what we call this continent, we should call, it's occupied land, right? But anyway, there was a woman who came down from the sky, and there was a man who approached her, and he was turned into ashes because he didn't approach her correctly. And then his friend, who was also with him, I don't know this is not my tradition, I heard it, I'm sharing it. If you want more information, go to Lakota and find that white buffalo prophecy. It's out there. But anyway, when the white buffalo returns, is when this woman is said to return, and we're supposed to prepare for that. I believe in all of the things connecting that is a message for the divine masculine, because the divine feminine has already stepped into their power. And it's not talking about women and men, it's talking about the energy. We all have divine masculine and divine feminine energy in us, just like we all have the white wolf and the black wolf, and there's different traditions or different folks who talk about these things. It's all about finding the balance, light and dark, things like that. Which brings me to New Age spirituality, who has been talking and talking and talking about love and light, right? And then there's some of us who are like, oh, you gotta do shadow too. So New Age spirituality is really toxic. It's built on supremacy. New Age spirituality, especially since 2020, I fell for it for a little while, and then I was like, oh, this isn't the right path. You can always course correct, y'all. You can always pivot. Anyway, New Age spirituality has been consistently talking about this 3D, 5D shift, right? They've been talking about New Earth. They've been talking, a lot of it's been co-opted from ancient teachings that have just been used to fill their own agenda. That's the word. I love it when I can find the word. Okay. So talking about that Dene prophecy of having to choose, it's specifically for the fair-skinned race, right? Because we're the ones, white folks, in this country specifically, this is the country that has made everything fucking horrible. We are the ones that need to take a stand, right? And so with New Age spirituality, it's predominantly white women, specifically, who just get on their soapbox. I was in a cult of this when I had my son. I was in the Free Birth Society, and it is a cult. So this is what they talk about. And then there was a few waves of us women who left that space, mostly black and brown women. Yeah, anyway, it was horrible. They're siding with supremacists, kind of the same way that, like, people that we would think would be good are like, oh, this is our prophecy as well, especially that's the thing. We're seeing these prophecies from lots of different religious books and texts and ancient oral spoken traditions that are coming into fruition right now. Really great time to be alive. This is the time that we are here for, right? Talking about 3D, 5D, if you are completely love and light, this is for the folks who haven't integrated shadow. If you are all love and light, you are not whole, again, because we have that masculine and feminine within us. The masculine, because we live in a patriarch, oh God, it's too much. Help me outline. Okay. Feminine energy is dark energy. And masculine energy is very, not light. I don't want to say light. Anyway, the 3D, 5D split is the same fucking thing as choosing destruction or choosing greenery and growth. If you're only acknowledging that you want this path, but you're not doing the work to get others out of death, destruction, and darkness, and you yourself are just going to the green pastures, that is what they consider love and light, these new age spirituality. That is not doing anything for humanity. That's only self-serving. That's not it. Okay, we get it that. Okay, hang on, I have another page. 6 minutes. So, collective liberation is what we're seeking. That's what we've been building towards, especially if you're over here. Hang on, my tea water is ready. So some of us have been on this path for a long time, or the indigos, or whatever you want to call the folk. I would receive my mission through a download. Downloads are just like knock it out. Downloads are just, some of us are clairvoyant, some of us hear things, some of us see things, some of us smell things. I have all of the clairs. I can do all of those things. I'm in communication with things, and it in my past has been taken as a mental illness. We know this. All that is to say is that collective liberation is upon us, the opportunity. We are in the process, right? It's a process. We've been under this, we, not even us, right? Especially if you're white, but the world has been under attack. The earth has been under attack, everything on it. And that begs the question, are they human, right? Like, why would you... And it always makes me think of the movie Avatar, and I know that it gets a lot of hate, but I think it's a really good metaphor for understanding how atrocious these folks are that are on the planet. I also believe that they have to tell certain things. Anyway, all that to say is that in this moment, the collective has recognized who the dark and evil ones are. That is huge. That's huge. And that's happened within the past fucking year. That is huge. The majority of the global collective knows who the evil ones are. That's huge. Okay? Don't give up. We've never seen this. We've never seen this much truth exposed. So don't give up. It's heavy because you have to integrate your own darkness. You have to integrate, when you see darkness and you want to reject it, it's because you haven't done your own. And I believe it's a lifelong process. I believe you have to be open to always knowing and always, because we're always growing. We're like the trees. We all grow always, right? Like, but anyway, we have to radically reimagine, and we are in this stage right now. Literally, if you're on TikTok, we're in this stage right now. And we can hold space for what's happening in what is true for lots of people, and also build, as long as we are doing that, for the entire greater good. We're not just building for ourselves. My thing is build locally, network globally. Can you imagine? Close your eyes for a sec. We're going to do a little exercise. Close your eyes for a sec. Envision like everything on the planet being like, what's the word? Lush. Lush. Imagine breathing. Can you hear the waterfalls? Where are you? Like, what does it look like for you? Write it down if you want. I think it helps to write things down. I'm a big writer downer. Get yourself a cute notebook, several, whatever. Keep one in every room. I can never find a pen. That's my thing. But anyway, back to it. Sorry, I'm leading a fucking vision. Okay, where are you? Write this down. You are seeing, like, the lush, beautiful earth. You are hearing the sounds of what that is. For me, I always have to hear water. When I hear water, I'm a Pisces. When I hear water, I'm in a good space. You're breathing fresh air. You are looking up and the sky is like beautifully blue. And then there's, you know, it's a nice day. It's not too hot. You know, there's no fires. It's beautiful. If you haven't seen The Hunger Games, highly recommend watching the very last scene. Kind of the vibe I'm getting of just like, okay, it's over. And that's another thing. Hold on to those hope moments that have been given to us, right? Things that we've already been able to visualize by other people's visions, whether it be in media or pop culture or whatever. And make a vision board. Ooh, make a vision board if you want to envision what it would be. But the thing is that land back is part of going back to how we lived before colonization, which doesn't include all of us. You know, people who came from whatever these entities, I mean, some of us came from them and then changed, right? And that's the hope. That's what I'm talking about. Folks who came from evil have a choice whether you want to continue those cycles or not. I'm sure you've heard the words generational curse breaker, things like that, especially in the past few years. Some of us are that person in our family. and that's why we have to start with them, you know. I've tried to get my family on board for years. It's just not working. They don't want to. But I can't hold myself back anymore from doing what I know is correct and right. I truly believe the future is smaller. The future, you know, without globalization. Oh, that's the image. That's the other part of the vision. Sorry. Okay, so you're in this beautiful, lush place. Everything is lovely. There's nothing bad. And we've reclaimed the earth. We've healed it. We've restored it. We are probably never going to see this, which is why it's good to have the visions. But this is what we want for our kids and their kids and everyone after us. And this is the time to do it. Because if we don't do it now, it's not going to ever happen. And there's going to be maybe 2 more generations. Not even. So, then it's going to be robots. Which one do you want? Okay? Like, do you want this sterile, gross shit that they're building? Like all of these fucking cities that are 15-minute cities and you never get to go outside? Or do you want to be like laying in a fucking field somewhere because that's what you remember from the 90s before everything got bad? We can do that one. We just have to do it together. So do what you can to build locally and network globally. Imagine being able to travel to other countries just to enjoy the cultures. Some people do that, but that's really exploitive, right? Like, let's think about if all of these friends we've made globally through this movement, what if we got to go visit each other? Like, when it's over, like when? Not if, but when. Rebuild together. We all have work to do, so do it. Hold that vision. It's within reach. We just need enough of us. Continue the work. When action is being called on, do the actions. Do what you can. Have a good day.